Okay, okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wait. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Okay, we begin with Surah Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Okay, later I will open the attendance. Okay, for even manual, maybe later around 10:30. Okay, so this will be our study plan for this semester. Okay, there will be so many holidays on Monday, like on 31st of March we have public holiday. Okay, and then on 18th of April we have public holiday. 12th May public holiday. Okay, 2nd of June we have public holiday. Okay, that is pure on our Monday lecture. So, and normally for tutorials Friday we normally don't have the lectures. So, but for this semester, this is how it will work. We'll have on 17th today we will have 2 lectures. Okay, this is Friday. Friday we go only for attendance. Okay, so and then Monday we have lecture. Later because since it's here, which means I have to deliver lecture on Friday. So I will try to complete all the lectures note before our mid semester break. Okay, so okay, and then maybe by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will release your assignments and project. Okay. By 7th of April, we'll have our quiz 1, it's 5%. One till 3. Okay. It's online quiz. Okay, and then after 4th of April, we'll have all face-to-face session. Okay, so plan accordingly. Okay, after mid-semester, I usually see there's no classes. We do tutorials online. Okay, for mid-sem exam, it's on 28th of April. It's physical. It's physical. It's recommended by MQA that any of the assessment must be physical. So my plan is to midterm go for physical and then final go for online. Okay, so midterm will be physical, okay, during our lecture hour time, it's a face to face, okay, because most of the time on final exam students travel, and so we prefer to go for online here. So there must be one assessment that is online. Okay, so quiz is 5%, midterm 20%, okay, assignment is 15, and project is 20%. Okay, so I will upload this in our e-lib. Okay, so this all the course outline, course plan is already in our e-lib. Okay, so this one is hopefully if you have anything, you just WhatsApp in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Am I audible to everyone?
Hello, sir. Yes, but it's a bit stopped. Yeah.
Let me see. It's okay. It's slow, low voice, or
Oh no, I mean it's like soft, very soft.
okay. Okay, thank you so much. Hopefully everything okay. Okay. So Okay, my slides are, can everybody, is visible to everyone?
Yes, it's visible.
Thank you. Okay, hopefully you already see my face. I am Associate Professor TS Dr. Adnan Shahid Khan. Okay. So I'm teaching this course. I'm working with Unimas for the last 11 years. Okay. And this is my expert area. Around 120 high impact articles I publish on specifically on computer security. Okay. Graduate so many PhDs on computer security. Okay. So, okay, let's begin. So anything related to course contents, we can discuss in our WhatsApp group, or we will have a face-to-face session. So you just bring all those queries to the class. For online, for the time being, I'm not doing any recording. Okay, so it's a physical, look like a physical lecture. Only we are using some devices. Okay, so for the first lecture is overview. Okay, it's a brief overview. This August and September, we will have a major curriculum review for this course. So more than 35% contents will be removed and add. So you can see a lot of baseline concepts in this lecture. So later we'll in August, hopefully we will have upgraded version. Okay, whenever we talk about security in computer system, information system, or cyber system, okay, so these are the typical objective. Once we read any research article, okay, so we can see the after introduction in related work, they will explicitly mention what are the security goals of this domain. What are the threats to this domain? Goals means what exactly as a user, what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm looking for, let me try to record the session. Okay, hopefully for our all the manual attendance, I will do at the end. Okay. Okay, let me record the session. So later I will upload in ELIP. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning. So this one is our first lecture, computer security overview. Okay, there will be a 3 course code. So this is TMN2073 is later I will update. Okay, for objective, this is very generic objective. For any cyber system or any computer security, any security online, we are looking for these 3 main objectives. So first we will see what are the risks involved in computing. Okay. Then what are the security goals, threats, and control. All the research articles normally after introduction, they explicitly mention what are the security requirement for this algorithm or for this domain. Okay. For example, one requirement, nobody should see my data. Okay, online once I chat with anyone. So this is one of the goal. We call this confidentiality. So let's see how the goals look like. Okay. What are the threats? Maybe anybody want to breach or want to see the data. So we can see interception is the security threats, means any people plan to see what's going on. So these are the threats. We can interception means man in the middle attack. There's a lot of different flavors of attacks. Later throughout the session we'll see. And finally, what are the controls available? So in the research article we see for this security threats or for goals, we will propose this method to mitigate this. Mitigate means to control. Okay, so these are the objective, this predefined objective for any secure system. Okay, so okay, what does secure means to you? Different things. So if it depends on the domain we are talking about. Sometimes we are talking about household things, so we have to lock the door at night. Okay? So that is our that is, once we physically lock the door, we feel that we are secure. Okay, and sometimes we deposit, we don't want to hold our money at home, so we put the money at the bank. Okay, now we feel that the money is secure. Okay, but now if we talk about computer security, we're talking about data. The data is money and data is everything. Okay, so we need to make sure how to secure the data. Okay, so that is which means we are talking about something, computer security. So that is what secure means to you. This is very baseline definition. Okay, computer security is the protection of a company's assets. Okay, this is protection by ensuring the safe, uninterrupted operation of the system and the safeguarding of its computer programs and data files. Okay, so three things. So this is by one of the professor, New York, University of New York. So this one is very baseline definition. Okay, this lecture is overview. We'll see some overview concepts. Okay, furthermore, the protection of the information and physical assets of a computer system. If you go to FIT, Block B, Level 2, we have server room. That is physical assets. Inside the server room, we have so many servers. That is information inside. We need to make sure the faculty goal is to make sure we secure those physical assets as well as information. Okay. And then it involves the measures and controls to ensure CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information processed and stored by the system, by the computer. Also, it includes policies. Like the password must be this, must have some static or special characters, something, single user ID. So these are under policies. Then procedures, the hardware and software tools necessary to protect the computer system and the information processed, stored, and transmitted by the system. So these are all under computer security definition. So what are cybersecurity and information security? What are the differences? For cybersecurity, it's the practice of protecting systems, networks, and digital data from cyber threats like hacking, malware, and unauthorized access. So this is cybersecurity. What are the information security? Focuses on protecting data, both digital and physical data, from unauthorized access, modification, or destruction, ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these are the these different definitions, different concepts. Key differences: these specifically with digital threats. Okay, while information cover all form of data protection, including physical security. So these are the differences. Why do we need? Why we need security and computing? So we know now this is outdated slides. The internet, if we have all, it's a plus and minus. So it's a host of numerous threads. It's different types of labels, different motive, uh, different intention. Okay. Sometimes the viruses is to hack, sometimes to crack. Okay. So we have viruses, worms, impersonation horses and Trojan horses, hacking, denial of service attack. This is masquerading, spoofing, fraud, data theft. This limited. It's not limited to this thing. This one is just a warm up slide. So many. If we talk about MANET, mobile ad hoc network, more than 60 attacks. We talk about VASTNet, vehicular network, more than 60 attack. Banking system, more than 60 attack. So different types of attacks. Okay. So the impacts of these can be far-reaching. Okay. So the need of security. These are the areas. Banking. Now we have online banking, scamming. So many intentions, so many motive to get the money from that account to our account, to the hacker account. Education system, just like our ELIP, our examination system, our data, our CGPA systems, all are on online. So there's different motives. Public sectors, our government, so many sensitive data is online, specifically on election days. So this is online system. Healthcare, we have BAN, body area network. And nowadays, all those blockchain system we are using, we need to make sure the data, the results of the blood test or the healthcare. So we need to make sure this is secure. Retail, e-commerce, all those, our Shopee, Lazada, those are all online. Okay. Our telecom system, internet, specifically our communications, just like we have WebEx, secure communication. So this kind of end-to-end communication. So we need our secure system. So what are the principal reasons for security? Okay, we have types of security. We have physical, level 2, block B. We have servers there. We need to make sure the servers are the hardware devices. Nobody should bring in theft of the physical devices. Then we have logical, system, and technical. So this is normally cyber security. So this one is what we are looking for this whole course. This one and this one. Okay. Lecture 6 and 7 is more on policies. Okay. For logical, system, and technical, we have authentication, secure communication, end-to-end, whatsoever. So this under this one types of security. Then we have procedural and personal security policies. Then we have principles and concepts. We have security requirements, the goal, security threats, the attacks, and the control. So these are the main core business of this lecture. Okay, principles we have. These are the goals basically: confidentiality, integrity, availability. Normally we call this CIA. Then we have authentication, we have access control, and then we have non-replication. Okay, so it's from here. Let me brief from here first. Okay, so we have confidentiality. Imagine we have N2, just like from this device. I'm here in Unimas, and my students are around the Malaysia. Okay, so it's end-to-end communication. It's a wireless communication. Okay. I don't want any outsider to see my lecture slides. This is the goal. I'm looking for confidentiality of the data. Okay. Or if I upload my, okay, this is the time 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. we will have a lecture. But I need, nobody can modify this time. Maybe someone say, okay, do some hacking tricks and then modify the data. Okay, maybe 11 a.m. till 12 p.m. So that is under modification. I am looking for nobody should modify the data. Or if I upload slide number 1, someone change the data to slide 5, say example, and 1 is not available. Okay, so this is integrity under integrity. Availability. So my lecture slot is from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. noon. So I need these 2 hours. The data must be available. The session must be going on. No interruption. Maybe some attacker may interrupt the link. They cut the link. And my students may not listen to my lecture, or it's a denial of service. Then authentication. Okay, so I need to make sure, or the system need to make sure that only my students, the legitimate students, can listen to these lectures. Okay, access control, those have username and password, okay, they can access the communication. Non-repetition, okay, nowadays we have voice changing it. So if I send some data to my students, I must claim that I sent this one. Adnan Shahid Khan sent this one. Okay. Nowadays we have Gmail. There's no proper server, no PKI, maybe later on. Okay. People can generate Adnan Shahid Khan Gmail with different ID, but the name can be same. So you people receive email from me, no lecture tomorrow. But next day, I'm waiting for my students. Then they say, sir, we receive email, no lecture tomorrow. They say, no, I haven't sent email. You see, I don't agree that I send that email. So for non-repetition, both parties must agree that they send the data. Okay, so there are 6 security goals. We go one by one. So much. I will try to read few lines here. The protection of the data from unauthorized disclosure to the third party. Protection from passive attack. Sometimes we are looking for secrecy and privacy. Most of the time, blockchain, we don't require secrecy and privacy. It's only authenticity, integrity. Okay. So sometimes for confidentiality, we are looking for secrecy and privacy. Okay. Level of protection, protect all user data transmitted between end users over a period of time. Okay. Protect a single message end to end. Okay. Or even a specific field within a message. Protect the traffic flow from analysis. Require that an attacker not be able to observe the source and destination, frequency, length, or any other characteristics of the traffic, like under cryptanalysis. Okay, later we'll see. So this is under confidentiality. Integrity, my concern is nobody should change the data or alter or destroy. The assurance of data is not altered or destroyed in an unauthorized manner. Can apply to a stream of messages. It's like even this is a stream of messages. A single message or selected field within it. So we need, nobody should change the data. Relate to active attacks. Confidentiality is for passive attacks. Detection rather than prevention. Then for availability, continuous operation of computing system to ensure legitimate users have access to the data. Applies both to data and to services. Okay. Assets are accessible to authorized parties at appropriate time. Okay. Availability. If some person or system has legitimate access to a particular set of objects, that access should not be prevented. Okay. For this case, maybe today's lecture, the system must be, if you are registered the course, you have the full right, and the data must be, the stream must be available throughout 2 hours. For availability, if we cut the link, there is a no data. We call this denial of service attack. Okay. Authentication, positive identification of the person or a system seeking access to secure information or services. Okay, so this one is before we register the course, or you go online, even for I open WebEx, they say, okay, enter your username and password. So authentication. It's a procedure. Authentication is a positive identification of a person. Second, concern with assuring that communication is authentic. Communication is authentic. Access control, the ability to limit and control the access to the host system and application via communication link. Okay, so these are the differences. Each entity trying to gain access must first be identified, must be authenticated first, so that the access right can be tailored to the individual. Okay. Non-repetition, the guarantee that something came from the source it claims. If I say I send the email, so it's guaranteed that really I send the email. From Gmail, if you receive email, Adnan Shahid Khan will say, okay, I haven't sent this. In Gmail, there is no mechanism for non-repetition. But our SISWA email or Unimus, okay, so if I send email, for sure this is from me because this is under domain. And nobody usually can hack such kind of PKI things, but still can. Okay? So the guarantee that something came from the source it claims prevents either sender receiver from denying a transmitted message. When a message is sent, the receiver can prove that the message was in fact sent by the legitimate sender. When a message is received, the sender can prove that the message was in fact received by the legitimate receiver. Okay, so this is okay. So this is security attacks. We have threats, a set of circumstances that has the potential to cause loss or harm to the computing system. Okay, that is threats. Vulnerabilities, it's a weaknesses. Sometimes we are rushing, sometimes the softwares we are rushing to the market, the chances for weaknesses is there. That's why we have a patch system. Okay, so weaknesses, most of the attackers, they use these weaknesses to exploit the system. Weaknesses in the security system that might be exploited to cause loss or harm. Control, a protective measure, an action, device, procedure, or technique that removes or reduces our vulnerabilities. So the control is for these threats and vulnerabilities. So what are the relationship between a threat is blocked by a control of our weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Sometimes threats accidental or deliberate. Physical fire, flood, sometimes by accidentally fire, or sometimes it's an intentional fire. Sometimes human error, operator error, misuse of resources, sometimes intentionally, and we can claim that's a human error. Sometimes equipment, okay, storage, sometimes it's look like it's a accident, or sometimes it's intentionally. Okay, this is some joke. The impact of CIA. Okay. The effect of failure to preserve CIA may be disclosure, denial, destruction, modification, okay, with particular consequences. So these are the impact of if we don't follow CIA, we have to wait for this kind of negativity. What are the consequences? We have financial loss, as we see in banking system. We have maybe denial of service, embarrassment, okay, breach of commercial confidentiality, okay, personal privacy, okay, legal liabilities, okay, disruption of activities, threats to persons. It's very few, not limited to this link. So many. If the systems are compromised, we an individual know what are the consequences. Okay. Okay. So these are the previously CIA, authentication, access control, non-repetition. These are all security goals. An individual, a user are looking for those goals. Okay. Before we start using any online system. So these are the security threats we have. Okay. So for security threats, there are four main categories. Interruption, interception, modification, and fabrication. There's no five. There's predefined 4 security threats. But inside this interruption, so many, just the interruption means we cut the link. Interruption. If we cut the link, no more data flow. Interception, we don't cut the link, but we can see what's going on. Modification, we top up or we change the data. Modification. Fabrication is we top up with some unnecessary or some intentionally data on the top of the device. Okay, this is fabrication. Most of the time it's related to the hardware. Okay, you see the definition. Interruption. An asset of the system is destroyed or become unavailable. We cut the link. So once we cut the link, become unavailable or unusable. Attack on availability. So maybe suddenly someone come to my office and they cut the RJ45 example. So no more lecture. Okay. Example, destruction of a piece of hardware such as hard disk, the cutting of communication line, the disabling of the file management system. So this all interruption. Okay, we have interception. The link is there, but the attacker can see the data, what's going on, and unauthorized party gain access to an assets. Man-in-the-middle attack. Okay. Attack on confidentiality. Okay. The unauthorized party could be a person, a program, or a computer. Example, wiretapping to capture data in a network. Okay. Network analyzer. Most of the time, the attackers they are driving from lorem to lorem, house to houses, and then they have the device, big device. Normally, we go to the bank manager house, okay, and then we just put the device outside for maybe 6 hours. Then we know what's going on, so we can see the data. Network analyzer is software is available. Unauthorized copying of files or programs. Modification. An unauthorized party not only gain access but also tamper with an asset. Okay, we modify that, as the name indicates, a modification. We modify the data. Attack on integrity. Okay. Example, changing values in the data files. Okay. Altering a program so that it performs differently. Modifying the contents of the messages being transmitted in any kind of modification is under this. Okay. So these 4 are very broad terminologies. We may have different attacks inside this main. Okay, fabrication. An unauthorized party pop up, insert counterfeit objects, any necessary or unnecessary object into the system. Okay, most of the time we update our own digital signature. Okay, so attack on authenticity. Example, the insertion of spurious messages in a network, the addition of a record to a file. Okay, so these are under fabrication. So these are illustration. We have source and destination. Okay. Okay, we have interruption. See from here, somebody cut the link, no more communication. So interruption. Interception, the link is there, but people can see the data. Okay, man-in-the-middle attack. Modification, okay, the link is still there, but people can fully control. We can change the data. Okay, remove this chapter 1 file, put chapter 6 file. Remove the timings, update the time, modify the timing. Fabricate, see there's no source, even don't know, it's offline attack. Maybe after 6 months, I know everything about the legitimate user. So sometimes I just top up with the same information and then try to different motive for different motive. Okay. I think this is the same slide. There's some problem with my, okay, mom, method, opportunity, and motive. This is for not to secure the system, to hack the system. What are the methods, the skills required, the knowledge, tools, and other things with which to be able to pull off the attack? Okay. Opportunity, the time and access to accomplish attack. Okay. And motive, for sure, for any attack, there is some motive. Okay, for the weaknesses, we have hardware, weaknesses at hardware level, weaknesses at software level, and weaknesses we have at data level. We buy a laptop, it's a black device. We install operating system software, we install some application software, we start using internet, and we transmit the data. Other party receive the data, they have the same device, okay, and then they have the software and they have the hardware. So normally our computer system comprises of these kind of things. For hardware level, weaknesses can be at interruption, okay, interception, modification, fabrication. Okay, this is denial. These are the example. These are the example. Okay. At hardware level. For software level, we delete some data, intercept, still we can see the data, fabricate, we top off with something. Modification, we can have logic bomb. Okay. For the data, same thing. We loss of the data, we can see the data, modify the data, fabricate the data. Okay. Hardware weaknesses, add, change, remove devices, intercept the traffic to device, intercept the traffic to devices, and flooding devices with traffic until they can no longer function, drench with water, burn frozen gas, and electrocute with power surge, spill, kick, slap, pump, jar, punch, different things. This is short, stab, bombs, fire, collision, anything that can influence hardwares. These are the things. For software, we replace, change, destroy software maliciously, modify, delete, misplace. Okay, so we have, you see, it's all we have weaknesses at intercept. This one interruption level. This is interception. This is modification level. Okay, this is interception level. Okay, unauthorized copying. So we can see logic bomb, Trojan horses, viruses, trapdoor, information leak, unauthorized copying of software. So these are the weaknesses. Tapping wires, planting, bugs in output devices, filter through trash. So these are all examples. Monitoring electromagnetic radiation, bribing key employees, inferring one data point from other values, requesting the data, stealing, buying, finding, hearing data, modify data. Okay, so these are all weaknesses. Okay, for security control. Legal and ethical restrictions on computer-based crime. Okay, controls are needed to preserve CIA. Maybe also we need control system for physical control. We have encryption, software control, hardware controls, policies and procedures. So our next lecture will be on encryption. Decryption is cryptography. And then after cryptography, we have policies and procedures. Computer criminals, we have amateurs, normal people who observe a weakness in a system, security system that allow them to access cache or other valuables. So then we have crackers or hackers, often high school or university students attempt to access, say high educated people. Computing facilities for which they have to not be authorized. Sometimes they are they they adopt this as a career. Understand the target of a computer crime. So this is the people involved. Okay, method of defense. We have legal and ethical restriction on computer-based crime. Controls are needed for this one. Prevent by blocking the attack or closing the weaknesses. Deter by making the attack harder but not impossible. Deflect by making the other target more attractive, honeypot, or this one less so. Detect by other as it happens or sometimes after the fact. Recover from its effect. So there are different methods of defense. We try to reduce the attack. Controls, this I think same slide. Effectiveness of controls. Okay, several aspects that can enhance the effectiveness of control. Awareness of the problem. We have lecture 7. Likelihood of use, overlapping controls, or periodic review. Okay, so these are references. You can see the references in your course outline. Okay, if you have any question. Okay. So for the manual attendance, maybe later. So this is our lecture 1. Okay. Okay, so maybe we can have 10 minutes break. Okay, then I will go to lecture 2. Okay, so you people can go around, go to kitchen, eat something. So we'll begin around 10:15. Okay, bye bye.